Right, today, we will be going over my SQL tracker for employees using the Node JavaScript backend. So first, we will need to go ahead and we are going to go to the database directory, and we will run the MySQL command, and we will go ahead and source our database. Go ahead and set the schema. And then we're going to go ahead and then seed our database. Right after that's done, we can go ahead and exit out of the MySQL terminal. And we're going to path back to the main directory. So now we will go ahead and run npm start. This is going to be using inquire, console table, um, and some additional libraries that I've created here for um, managing the Inquirer choices, as well as the actual queries that we're going to be hitting the database with. So to begin, we'll go ahead and we'll start with viewing everything. Then we will go into making additions. And then we will go into updates and then lastly deletes. There is some bonus criteria in here as well. So we'll be viewing those last. So first, let's go ahead and actually uh, take a look at these queries. So first, let's go ahead and view all departments. Uh, and now let's go ahead. We will view all employees. You will see here that managers are listed with a null value. And then if they have an employer or if they have a manager, then it will go ahead and set them as whatever their manager is based on the ID that's associated in that table. We'll go ahead and take a look at our roles. So here are all the roles currently throughout the company. All right, so let's go ahead and get into adding. So let's add a department. So the warehouse department has been added. Now let's go ahead and add a role for that warehouse department. We'll go ahead and add a salary for them. Then we're going to go ahead and choose what department they are in. You'll see here now that since I've added the warehouse department, that warehouse department is now visible in the drop down for the warehouse or for the departments. All right. So now let's go ahead and add our employee. Go ahead and just make it Doug Smith. And he is going to be a shipper. We will set his manager as we don't currently have a manager for the warehouse department. So we will go ahead and just say that he is going to be under Jerry Smith. No conflict of interest. Right. Now, if we were to go ahead and view all employees again, we will see that Doug is now in the warehouse as a shipper with his salary, and then Jerry Smith is his manager. So now let's go ahead and let's say we needed to, instead of having Jerry Smith, we needed Paul Paulson as his manager, since the business integrations manager is now going to be managing also the warehouse. Actually, that will be the additional criteria for the bonus criteria. Let's go ahead and say that we put him in as the incorrect role, or now he's no longer a shipper. He is actually going to be, he made it all the way up to sales. So we'll go ahead and put him as a sales representative. Let's go ahead and update the employee's ID, update the employee's role. All right, so we'll go ahead and choose Doug Smith, and we'll say that he's going to be a sales representative now. And then if we go ahead and view this data, view all employees, we'll see that not only did that update his role, but that also updated what department that he's associated with. All right. So that is it for the main criteria. Now for the bonus criteria for this project. We'll go ahead and start with the updating the manager. So let's say that Jerry Smith is no longer his manager. Paul Paulson is going to be. So we'll go ahead and update employees manager. We'll go ahead and choose Doug Smith. And we'll go ahead and say that Paul Paulson is not going to be his manager. Go ahead and view that data, and we'll see that Paul Paulson is now listed as Doug's manager. Let's say we needed to delete this new employee. He is no longer in the organization. So let's go ahead and delete this employee. And we'll go down to Doug Smith. We'll delete him. And then if we review all employees again, we'll see that Doug Smith is no longer there. All right, we just have a couple more here. So we'll go ahead and get into the some more additional criteria. We have view bonus or view department budget, view employees by department, and then view employees by manager. Let's go ahead and view the department budget. So this will show us all departments and what their current budget is for that department. And then let's go ahead and take a look at the um, employees by department. So if we want to take a look at accounting, we'll see all of our individuals on the accounting team. And then if we want to now take a look at the specific employees by manager to see who they report to, go ahead and say Rick Sanchez. And we will then see that Barbara Jones and Michael Erickson, as shown up here, are properly associated in these queries. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to review my project. You can also please take a look at my GitHub that will be in the comments down below. Please hit the like and subscribe button if you would like to see more of my content that I'll be putting out for each coming class for this full stack web developer course that I'll be taking. If you have any questions, if you'd like to see something, please don't hesitate to again comment. I'd be more than happy to take a look and see if there's something that we can incorporate, or if you would also like to uh, collaborate. Please view my GitHub profile. Take a look at the README where I have my content in there for any collaboration and or if you have any questions on making modifications to my packages here. Thank you so much and have a great evening and thank you for watching.